Welcome back to another episode of Shit I'm 30 with your host, Anthony Bertram.
I need you to be more animated if you're going to try to steal the beginning.
You don't tell me how the fuck to introduce the show. Go ahead. Say your name. Say your name so we can start the show, bitch.
Say my name. Say my name. When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you. Oh, if no one is around you. You're beautiful.
Y'all, we shouldn't have gave this bitch weed.
Carla Wilmaris. Hello and welcome back for another week. I'm coming down from my high. Shut up. That chicken was good.
I swear to God, the Patreon episode was so classy. It was so classy. It was so full. It was such full of substance. I still think we should switch to 2 episodes because this is going to be a bullshit episode. I can already, this is going to be some shit.
It's going to be some shit.
Especially after last week's episode with you trying with this arguing shit. So,
first of all, I wasn't arguing.
Carla and I have a thing. Now, if you guys have been listening to us for a while, I know we have a lot of new listeners, but early on when Carla and I started working together, we did our Myers-Briggs personality assessment. Yes. So, Carla is a debater. And
that is literally the name of my personality. Yes. Debater.
So she gets off on sparring with people with like challenging thoughts and views and opinions. Even though she has nothing to stand on sometimes, she just likes it. And she just want to challenge you and see what you know.
It's not that I don't have anything to stand on. It's like if I find something that I can put my toe on, I'm standing, bitch. I got balance when I debate.
So like I said, she just likes to argue back and forth. She just challenged every thought. So that's what this shit was last week. And usually I'm good at avoiding that shit, but I let this bitch bait me because I was on some dark liquor. And
we're going to, listen, he is on big denial about being a barb. He is extremely, but it's okay, friend. I will not judge you.
I thought about it. And I seriously gave it thought after that. You're whole... a barb. I don't think I'm a barb.
No, maybe you are. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
I know it's nothing okay with being it, but barbs, I feel like they've studied Nikki's stats. They study her numbers.
Did you not hear yourself? Come here talking about you went to church choir, so you're Tony the producer and all this shit.
No, bitch, I just has a more, I can judge
I know.
music better than you can.
You really like, there's nothing
I
wrong.
love Nicki Minaj.
And you love music.
Yes, I love all
music. So you're a
music.
barb. Period.
No, that's not.
Who's going to say something bad about Nicki in front of you?
Okay, Carla. I'm a barb. See what I'm doing? I'm not going to argue with her.
No, I'm glad he like finally like confesses that he's a barb. And there's nothing wrong with it.
If I classify as a barb, I guess I'm a barb.
Nikki? Is there anything negative about her?
Yeah, Nikki personality is like too out there. I feel like sometimes she could be very fucking disrespectful and everything and be petty as fuck. I think she lets stuff bother her. I think she lets stuff bother her that shouldn't bother her. I think she needs therapy, to be honest with you. She has anger issues. Safari said that he chased her down with a knife. She chased him down with a knife.
I wouldn't doubt it. I think there's something to be said about a woman that doesn't have any female friends. Have you seen Nikki with...
She has female friends.
Who are her female
friends? From
How
Rod Digger.
Did that last?
Her and Rod Digger are still friends?
They don't... She doesn't have, like... She fucks with niggas all the time.
Her friend... Well, Carl,
she doesn't have friends.
It's a lot of women that don't have female friends.
That's not true. And those are the ones you have to watch out for. Those are the ones that fuck your nigga. Those are the ones that... Hell yeah. Like, as women, always watch out for... females that have no female friends.
Well, I'll just hear
or that change female friends often. They have a lot of female friends, but they're on rotation like a Walmart door. Doop 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 doop. Next. Watch those. Well, as a woman,
some women I've heard they say they don't have many female friends. They just relate more to men.
No. Not having many female friends and not having a consistent female friend are 2 different things. Us women know what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You might not get it. It's a woman thing.
I have all my friends are female.
I know.
Here.
I know.
So what they say about me, bitch?
Oh, I don't know, bitch. I'm not gay. I don't know. Ask one of your gay friends what the fuck that mean about you. That you halfway closeted. I don't know. You're gay shy. We talked about it. You're gay shy.
I'm not gay shy.
Okay.
You've seen me in gay set. Like here, I do socialize and stuff. That's not gay shy.
Yeah, I guess. So today we're going to talk about body counts and, communication in relationships and boundaries. We have a cool letter about a woman that adopted her 16-year-old sister.
Since when we start giving a whole chat?
Because I wanted to give it beforehand just so they don't think that we're going to argue about some shit the whole time.
Oh.
Let me just let you know what you're bracing yourself for.
Yeah. If y'all pay for Patreon, y'all notice we don't argue. So,
yeah. We never argue. That's just sometimes. But that's what this is about. But this week's shit you should know, I pulled it up because, Donnie's always giving us content for things that we should know and that are going on. And it says that Donald Trump proposes mental institutions as a solution to mass shootings. So you know that we've been having, this new terror from the terrorists that we don't call terrorists, which is white supremacists.
National terrorism, yeah.
Yeah, so, white males are literally like taking us out. And so these mass shootings are literally like an unfortunate reality that we have here in America. It is our reality. And he says Donald Trump says he wants to open mental institutions and as a way to address the mass shootings. He insists that mental illness is the cause of the mass shootings and those involved should be treated instead of punished. Which now I'm like, it reminds me of when the opioid has been going on. Abuse of the opioids, and they're thinking, everything needs to be, they need to go to a hospital, they need medical treatment and rehab. They need rehab, and now it's mental institutions. But when it's people of color that commit a crime, whether it's selling a bag of weed or having killed someone in self-defense, it's like you get life sentence and you need to be punished.
Right. War on drugs, stop and frisk, 10-20 life was actually if you own
3
a gun,
strikes you're out.
Yeah, 3 strikes you're out. All that shit was actually targeted towards the black community. And you're right, it isn't a scapegoat that Donald Trump is using to try to excuse white supremacists for the bullshit that he's doing. He did not want to do. You can tell that he had to come and give a statement and have speak on behalf of the nation, shaming white supremacy. Like he had to, and he did not want to say it.
Of course, just like with the Charleston, when he was saying like both sides had like good and bad. It's like, what are you talking about?
They're very fine people and all this other stuff. He has never said to white supremacists, "Look, I'm not a white supremacist. I'm not you guys as presidents. This is actually terrorism, and this is not what we stand for."
Well, isn't the white man the only thing that's not named as being able to be called a terrorist?
Right. I was listening to an interview on that, and it was the guy that worked for the Obama administration, and his it was Pod Save America. They did interview him.
That's a really good podcast.
It's a real great podcast. They talk about world issues. But they were saying was that they study terrorism and national terrorism, and it's kind of hard to really deem white supremacy as a terrorist group, because it's like you kind of like rub knuckles or something like that, bump heads when you're pointing out your own people for being a terrorist. You have to be very, very careful with that. But bitch, they announced the fucking Black Panther system as a terrorist group one time. They announced so many different fractions in America,
the Muslims
as terrorist
the
people.
Mexicans,
right?
Like they were all like, so he refers to Mexicans as rapists and killers and drug dealers and all these things, and it's like, why aren't you saying that the white man is a mass shooter?
And you motherfuckers want to use this mental health shit. My therapist posted, and she was like, you guys have to understand, mental illness does not, like, you stop using mental illness as an scapegoat for some fucked up shit that white people are doing. Call it for what it really is, because you're giving mental health a very bad name. Okay. And it's
mental health is something we have to be aware of regardless, because it's something that we have in this country, and if we're just using it as a scapegoat for this, we're never going to get any help.
Right. And these kids, he made a statement talking about a lot of mental health facilities was closed down in the 60s and stuff.
Because there were just people like wrapped up in those like straight jackets and not doing anything for them.
Right. But I was just looking at the age of shooters in America. I'm going to tell you this, like out of 120 mass shootings that we had in America from 1982 to 2019, only 3 of them was women out of 120 shootings.
And I'm sure it was some nigga that pissed off.
Right.
Those 3
it was one black woman in Baltimore. Just
that
one.
Nigga definitely cheated.
So only 3 women total. Okay. It was like 20 black people that have done mass shooting out of 100, and the rest was like white. Like it's nothing but white men. White men have actually has the most mass shootings in American history, and we are the country with the most mass shootings.
I remember one black one. And that was the one that he was shooting out of the back of the trunk.
Yeah, he was a sniper.
Yes, the DC sniper. Yes.
And we do it in hoods. But to be honest with you, with a lot of this shit that I'm seeing, like when black people doing it was in Baltimore and all this stuff, but we don't just really casually walk in somewhere and just kill a race of people, right? Like, oh, I'm just going to target Mexicans, or I'm just going to target gays. I'm just going to target black churches. Like all of this stuff is
Dylan Roof.
Right. And it's like America would not wake the fuck up. And it's like, listen, we have told you You motherfuckers are killing us. We are protested. We've done all this stuff, and you still would not deem this an act of terror and do what you need to do and treat these people with treason
like,
just the same.
Listen, so if you go and shoot up a whole black church, or if you go find as many Mexicans or Hispanics as you can and you shoot them all, you're just going to go to a hospital.
You're going to go to a hospital.
So basically, this is more terror for us. And it's like, I was reading
you get
a
plea of
report,
insanity, basically.
which is like the same way that back in the early 1900s, like 1960s, when people of color were scared to walk around because they can get lynched at any moment and get dragged and lynched. Now it says that Hispanics are terrified to speak their language here in the U.S.
Wow.
Or anyone they're scared to speak their language because they never know when someone's going to pull out a gun and just kill them just because it's from somewhere else.
Wow.
Because they're not white. So it's a modern day lynching of it. It's just, and he's putting out this terror like, hey guys, listen up. So if you go in there and you shoot up Walmart, like in El Paso, don't worry. You're not going to Rutgers or
you're not going to get the electric chair or nothing like that.
None of that. You're just going to go get medication, watch TV all day, and be sedated.
And talk to a therapist and talk about your issues and why you're angry.
Good food.
Who gives a fuck why you angry, bitch? You just shot motherfucking 50 fucking people. No, bitch, you need to be up under the motherfucking jail. You should not. It's no rehabilitation for you. I'm sorry. Like
disgusting.
And,
disgusting.
And I'm not talking. Mental health is a bad thing. I trust me, but. This is not motherfucking. These people have actually plotted and
a form of mental health.
It is.
I think white supremacy is like it's hate. You're fucked up in the head. You're fucked up in the head to do some shit like that.
White people are scared about their position right now, and I've spoke about it multiple times. Right, we are black people of color are becoming educated. We're actually starting to climb the ladder. We already influence culture, right, and we're starting to influence the world. And white people are afraid about their place in this country, so that's why they're trying to cut. Because it was a whole study done that said Spanish was going to be the most spoken language in the going to be the number one spoken language in the United States in like 2020 something. It's
gonna happen because at the end of the day, although like there are a lot of black people in this country, Hispanics come from so many different countries.
They do.
So when we talk about Latinos, it's not just Mexicans. We're talking about like an entire continent down south. Like South America. It's like a whole continent. Then we have the Caribbean. Then we have the European Latinos. So it's just like you have Latins everywhere.
Right.
So Spanish, although there's different dialects of it, will be the most spoken language.
And like I said, same thing for black people. I talked about last week about us need to stop making fun of people being deported from ICE and everything, thinking we're better than Mexicans because we don't speak Spanish. They're not really targeting us. Bullshit. They've been targeting us just as long as they've been targeting Mexicans and Hispanics. So wake the fuck up and start making changes. This is why you guys, when it comes to voting and everything like that, we need to. America has had enough white men. It's been enough of white men running this country. We need someone of color. We need a woman. We need to understand. We need to start voting for people that we identify with, and not just because what we think America needs and what America sees.
And most importantly, in the House, we need people of color in the House.
In the Senate, yes.
So I get it that our president could be of color or a woman, but the president is not the one that can make all these decisions. Like there's certain ones they can veto, but really the Senate and the Congress is where we need women and people of color.
Especially in Senate, because Senate is the reason why a lot of things have not happened in this country is because Mitch McConnell has stopped all this, and he's been doing this way before Trump has been elected. He's just been plotting and waiting for the right Republican to get into office so he can make all these changes that he's been doing way before Obama was in there. He stopped all these bills from being passed when Obama was there so he can do what he's doing now. Right. You must wake up. And it's like we have so many different candidates running for fucking the United States president. It's like, and people and not Democrats are trying to encourage them, like, drop out this fucking race and start running for Senate in your fucking area, because that's what we need you at. You know you're not going to be president. Why waste this amount of time?
Run for
Senate. We need like 6 or 7 seats there. Run for it. It's 20 is going to be available right now.
Right.
So
we definitely have to get that done. So guys, just make sure you do your research. Find an app like Politiscope or go online and just research as much as you can on your politics and what's going on for you locally, your state, because although the president is going to be an important race, your Senate and your Congress is more important, and it affects you.
It's a balance. It's all of a balance.
Yeah, it really is. So to lighten up the mood a little bit, get off of this fuck shit, we wanted to
politics can be fuck shit, especially right now.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's just like, golly, like we really have to watch our backs.
hint, we're headed for another recession. I'm just gonna put that out there. Do your research and everything, and pay attention. Black people, people of color, young people. We the market. We cycle ourselves every 10 years. Signs are starting to be shown right now. I'm not going to get into it. Interest rates are low, and that's a lot of signs to show in the next 18 months to 2 years that another recession is happening. So just do your research and be prepared for it.
He ain't telling you, but he telling you.
Mm-hmm. Still buy houses though. Don't fuck up my money. Shit.
And while you're buying that house, figure out who you're gonna buy it with, and how many times you're gonna fuck them in there, and how many times you're gonna recycle a new person through your house. Because we're talking about body counts.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how we got this topic. I think I was just looking shit up last night. Whatever. Yeah. But we saw that Blueface recently, which it was actually funny because it went viral. Mm-hmm. He went on to Big Boy's show and he made a revelation. He said that he has claims that he slept with 1,000 women within the last 6 months. Mm-hmm. So is that when he blew up with Tatiana?
Yeah. No. Because he had an album that was just being dropped, so he was out doing interviews.
Okay, so it's just been the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So for some reason, something picked up.
Well, okay, yeah. So the song did pick up for him, and that's what made him on the superstar level.
Right. So from his superstar
available
days.
More pussy.
Okay. Yeah. So when his pussy shit went up 6 months ago, he has had 1,000 sex with 1,000 women. So although that comes up to 6 women a day. Sorry, I should probably call him back though.
That's your.
It's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. With the other one though. Hey, you meant to call me?
I called you by mistake, baby.
Oh, okay.
Everything all right?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I'm recording an episode now.
All right, baby.
All right. Okay, bye. Okay, sorry. That was my brother. So yeah, it comes out to 6 women a day for 6 months. And he said he's had like 3-somes, 4-somes. He even had a 5-some. And he's like, me and 4 girls is kind of hard to do. Mm-hmm. But whatever. But I don't know. That's a lot of women.
I don't think it's that far fetched when he put it like that. Having a like you just have 2 threesomes a day. You have a threesome in the morning and threesome at night
every single day.
Now, what gets me is it's that many different women though. Like, is it you had sex 1,000 times in 6 months, or you had 1,000 women,
1,000 bodies?
So that's new bitches every day.
Because I can see how it could be possible if it's just you got 3 girlfriends and you just going at it every single day, 3-4 times a day. But no,
that's a lot, and I don't see how he has time to do anything else. But his music is trash, so
that's
clearly
why he can't stay on beat.
Bitch.
That's why, because he's just
because his dick can't stay hard either. Yeah. At that point, girl, you overwork it. That's too much. Having that many girls in a room with one penis.
Well, he's not the only one. That's a lot.
And he's young.
He's so young. But there's been someone that I remember back in the day. So you didn't know who he was, but Wilt Chamberlain was a center back in the day for the Lakers. And what he says in his autobiography years ago, I remember being young, that he has slept with 20,000 women. Like that
over the course of his life?
Yes. 20,000 women.
Who keeps count? You stop.
Some people keep little black books.
Shit, not me.
I made a list one time.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I count, and then when I get past a certain number, I just say, fuck it.
What was the number?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about it in a second. So Magic Johnson, he said...
I just told her I don't know, and bitch, I'm not. And we'll talk about it in a second.
We'll talk about it in a second. I'm going to debate this one.
You're not. Blueface is 22 years old, by the way, you guys.
Stupid
a baby.
Young. Right. So Magic Johnson, he went on Oprah's show a couple years ago, and he said that he slept with countless women, but he didn't keep track. But then Jerry West, if you guys know who Jerry West is, he said that he actually believed there was 300 to 500 a year when he was with the Lakers. So Magic Johnson, 300 to 500 women a year. That's what? That's almost average of 2 women a day.
Yeah, between 2 to 3 women a day.
No wonder he got HIV. Again,
that's not how
with Charlie Sheen, 5,000.
That's so you can have
exposing
Carla
yourself so much more.
So you do, but you now we're in a day and age where you can protect yourself and everything like that. Make sure you get tested regularly and stuff like that.
Ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Magic Johnson has had AIDS since like 1500s.
He should have been fucking. He should have been fucking with condoms though. But
right, and that's the thing. They don't. But it is a condom 100% proof for HIV.
It's very, if it's used properly, it does reduce by in the 90% percentile.
Just like pregnancy, just like herpes.
Yeah, if it's used but if it's used properly, nothing is 100%. The only thing that's 100% is abstinence.
True.
Which is not realistic.
For some people, it is.
Girl, we're here because of sex. So to tell someone you have to be abstinent and all this other stuff in order not to catch these things, and all this, it's like, bitch. Well, you're just not gonna. You're not gonna have sex then.
Some people don't do it. I'm sure there's people out there.
I have a best friend that just won't have sex because of that.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's not my best friend anymore. But
I was like, who's this best friend that I know nothing of?
The one I talked about last week that I told you, like my mentor and everything like that in this gay world that was 10, 11 years older than me. He lost so many people he lost one of his best close friends from HIV and all this other stuff. And it kind of scared him. And he says that it's not because of HIV. It's like, I just don't want to get a herpes or anything like that on my booty. And he tried to make fight light and fun of it. But I think he is scarred from losing people that was close to him from HIV. So
there's only one more that I thought was pretty interesting, because I feel like sometimes we're thinking to ourselves, damn, my number is kind of high, or I mean, I don't have enough experience, or maybe you just feel like a hoe. But if you at any point feel like a hoe, you just need to think about the fucking twins. FOKKEN twins. These twins they had a documentary, and they're 70-year-old twins. And they worked in Amsterdam red light district as prostitutes for 50 years. And their body count is 177,500 each. 177,000. Did I do the math for that?
I ain't got to say nothing about that, girl. I'm just like, well, they lived their best life when I was on this.
Literally, whoa.
But you become numb to sex after having sex so much at that point. Like, sex is not exciting to you
at all.
After you fuck so much like that. What's the numbers?
Fuck. 177,000 divided by, say, 18,000 is an average. It's about 10 people a day. Okay. For 50 years.
For sex work? Well,
for 50 years.
I mean, it's a job.
50 years. So if they started at 15, they stopped at 65. Who's fucking a 60-year-old lady in the red light district?
Girl, that's a fetish.
You know how Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyways, if you feel like a hoe, you're not. You got a long way to go to reach the fucking twins. You almost there?
I almost said something about your mama. That was a natural. Don't do that, Carlos. We friends. You can't do. That's my natural reaction for shit. When people catch me with some shit like that.
You guys stop talking about people's mama.
Fuck y'all mamas. Y'all keep coming. If y'all keep coming at me, I'm gonna come at your mamas. People in the comments and stuff like that. I'm telling y'all, I clap back with your mama first. Then once I get through your motherfucking profile and study you, then I'm gonna cut your ass up if I have time. But
they even fake pages half the time.
Bitch, right? They all are fake pages. That's why I was like, girl, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna block your ass and keep it moving.
Right. Yeah, don't let them troll you. So, the big question here is: is it a big deal to you what your partner's body count is?
Okay, you want the truth?
I want the truth.
I don't care I won't ask you what your body count is, but I am curious to know if you have fucked anyone that I know or in my circle, and if you have that name for being easy or a whore, because then I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Just because everybody done had you, it's nothing. And I like for people to be a little bit exclusive. I like the fact it's like, oh, I'm the only one that fucked you. I don't want to walk in the room and all of this happen. And it's like 1 or 2 I get, but nigga,
the whole room, place,
yeah.
Know what your dick tastes like,
and then people looking at you like, bitch, you just another one on the list, and
and
I'm
like,
nobody's.
And you're sitting here taking him seriously, and everyone's like, girl, you're just another one.
You just another
one.
Yeah. So I'm not with that. So
but you care to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
So what about if it's like they have a ridiculous like fucking twins number or some shit, but it's from this side of the country and you guys moved to California, so no one in the room is ever gonna say they fucked them.
But then
on
that
the
shows
West
me that
Coast.
you're a nympho and you have a problem. Like, and then it's like, because I can't have sex with you that many times. It's not possible for me physically to have sex with you that many times that you need. So then it goes into like open relationships and all this other stuff, and which, you know, it brings in risk for diseases and viruses and all this other shit that can start coming in. And it's just like, do I really want to deal with all that? Like, it's a problem. It just, if you need to fuck that much, if your number is that high at this age, then, but again, I don't shame anybody for fuck. I fuck a lot. I don't.
You
I
do.
don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I probably about twice a week.
You fuck a lot.
Probably about twice a week.
I think it's more than twice a week.
I think no, it's not.
I think it's been more than twice a week.
What's
lately.
the what? No, it has not, bitch. No, it has not. Give a number and then be realistic.
I just want to prove here a point that we've been arguing today about who calls who bitch more, and he calls me bitch first before I call him bitch. So I just want to point out the fact that
Carla, people have already said you say the word bitch way more, and
no one has ever
and
said that.
you are purposely trying not to say the word bitch, and I just got comfortable because we're talking about some shit. So don't do that.
Okay. What was your question?
So how many a week do you think I have said? How many
I would
times
say
a week?
3 to 4
Girl, and that's normal. You should be fucking every other day.
in a relationship.
So what? So because I'm single, I can't have sex?
I mean,
And it's with the same
how do
people.
you-
It's not like new people every time.
You do have the same.
It's the
people.
I have a rotation.
You do have a rotation. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lot of sex.
3 to 4 times is a lot of sex. It's a lot of sex a week. How many times? And be honest, when you're in a relationship, how many times you?
I have nothing to go by because my last couple of years weren't. You know what I mean?
Weren't what? Hi.
They weren't
That's your
very-
problem. Then don't judge me,
I know.
bitch.
So when I like in the beginning of that one, I think right now it would be perfect for me like 4 to 5 times.
Oh, but I'm a whore.
Did I ever call you? Do we need to roll back the tape? I have never called you a
Oh,
whore.
that's why I felt like you was judging me because you said
I
I had
wasn't
sex
judging
a
you.
lot.
All you said it was twice, and I was like, I think it's more like 3 or 4. That was it.
Oh, okay. Well, realistically, it's twice a week.
Hey, dog will holler, bitch. You feeling like a whore lately? Are you feeling like a whore?
If you smack my ass and call me Sally, bitch, I might.
And I
If
didn't
you want me
smack
to.
you or call you Sally, and you still
I don't want you
hollered,
smack.
bitch.
I don't want you smack my ass. I'm talking about something else. But
No, but do you even know your body count? Your own. Like if you were being asked, what's your body count?
Carl,
Like,
what's your body count? Like, do you know? Because obviously,
I know mine.
what is it?
I ain't saying it. 3.
See, that's some bullshit. Y'all girls like to sit here and play and all this stuff, knowing
Y'all
y'all be
ladies
fucking.
know whenever they ask you, how many men have you had sex with? 3.
This week.
Today.
Right. No, girl, I stopped counting in college.
No. I didn't stop counting. I know exactly. I can name them. I can name all my niggas.
No, because I was like, when I started out when I was young, I was always in relationships, so it was easy.
Yeah.
But then once I stopped tying sex to relationships, because before, in order for me to have sex with you, I had to be in a relationship with
See,
you.
I haven't gotten there yet.
See, I've gotten out of that. Oh, you haven't gotten to the point where you stopped tying sex to
No, so
relationships?
it's all, I have to name all my relationships.
Ah, got you. Yeah, I used to be that person. But then I was like, bitch, I'm just going to live my best life and be free. I'm stop putting restrictions on sex. And actually, I've had some of the best sex with people I've not been in a relationship with. And I'm like, oh, I've been missing out on this. Oh, this is what, like, I'm learning what I like now. Like I told you, I like to be choked. I just figured that out. I like my ass mad. I just figured that out.
But I figured that out through relationships, what I liked.
I feel like it could be sex with different people. I guess you get to know, you learn yourself. Like, you know what you don't
I've
like
had
and you
different
don't like.
ones. Like, I've had...
On a small scale then, because how many relationships have you been in? Girl, you've had more sex outside of it. You just don't put that narrative out that you only fuck if you're in a relationship, because you had sex outside of a relationship before.
But it wasn't... How many times?
Are you asking me?
No, it was... no. No, like, I have to... Because, like, the one, it took 2 years. We weren't in a relationship, but we were, like, talking and, like, friends for 2 years.
Okay.
So, I guess, yeah, that wasn't a relationship.
Okay.
But it was...
Carla, you ain't got to sit here and justify anything. You've had
No.
sex outside of a relationship,
Okay,
though.
yeah.
And it's more than once. It's okay. You don't sit here and
Okay,
think about
yeah.
it. See, that's what I tell you about. Just lead it with the truth. You ain't got to tell everything, but just be truthful.
It's just they weren't like a... Okay.
Okay.
I've had sex
good.
outside of a relationship.
Okay, good. So with that being said...
But I can tell you that it wasn't the best outside of the one.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's a numbers game.
It was awful.
Yeah. And I'm also very select. I got to vibe with you energy-wise, too. That's why I'm at in my old age. Bitch, I'm 31. I just said my old age.
What old age, bitch?
But I'm starting to calm down now. I'm just not fucking just to fuck anymore. It's just like I need to be able to vibe with you on a intimacy type level and everything like that. It's so because in order for me to have great sex with you, I have to be able to connect, and I can't connect with so many people, so it slows down my body count. So it's selective.
Mine is not high, but I don't feel the need to talk about it. Actually, I have.
So someone has asked you how many people?
Every man. So that's the thing. Like men be like, oh, like we don't. Every man I have been with has asked me my body count.
Really? Have you asked him his?
I'll ask, but I've never gotten the answer.
There's no answer.
I've never gotten the answer.
Some don't know.
I've never gotten the answer because they don't know. And the only man I knew was my baby daddy because he was a virgin.
See, and it's like, what counts as sex then? Do you count head as sex?
I think when we ask, we just mean like penetration.
Just penetration.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes it's like, you go out of town, you might knock a couple of bitches off, and then, look at me talking like a straight man. I'm using my parallel life. No, I don't have sex when I go out of town.
It's really
very
don't.
rare.
No, because in New York you knew who he was.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's very rare. And New York was a special situation, to be honest. I was forcing myself to do that.
Very special. That shit went down. And if you don't know about it, we talked about it on the solo episode. What episode was that? Like
it was 72? The trans episode.
It was a trans episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Nyla Simone.
Mm-hmm.
That episode, look it up. The shit talk on that one. You get to hear all about his experience.
No, you're so crazy.
When he had sex in New York. That was fun.
But yeah, no. Yeah.
So do you know when you're okay? So now we're like, I don't care, or you care to a certain extent. But do you think you know when your partner has had like a shit ton of people? Can you tell?
Sex wise, you can tell. You can tell.
Can you tell? Okay, physically and with actions, how can you tell?
So, I tell this story sometimes. When I first started having sex when I was like 18 years old, it was this older dude I decided to fuck with in Jacksonville, and he was a little loose. And I was just like, clearly you don't been ran through. It's just this ain't got no grip on it. Like it's just.
So I didn't think that about women, but the more I ask men. Because he's not the first person I've asked. I've asked like a lot of guy friends. So I'm like, what is it? Can you tell the difference? And every man says yes.
Oh, but women say you can't.
And women say you can't. So I really don't know what the truth is because it's like we don't have dicks to know. But these niggas, they're so adamant about the fact that they can tell.
But I think medical professionals say that you can't tell. Like
they do say like after a couple of childbirths. And like a lot of sex, and the older you get, you lose the ridges inside. There's ridges inside the vagina, and like they like soften up. Or it's like I don't understand. Maybe one day we'll bring like a health professional of some sort to ask like, what are these walls that be gone? Where do the walls go?
You can
when they fall down.
But that's what you do. Listen, it's important to do your Kegels and stuff like that. Kegels. What did I say?
Kegels. That's cool.
It's the same thing, right?
Sure.
Just different dialect.
Sure.
So you got to point that out. But yeah, you got to do your Kegels and stuff, and your squats, and it's things you do to just maintain and keep everything tight. It's a muscle.
So every single time that I pee, when I'm sitting down, I let it go. I say psh, and I hold it, psh, and I stop.
And that's why you getting all these motherfucking
No, bitch. That's why I'm getting these niggas hooked because his pussy's tight. So when they go in there, I grip. And I grip because I hold my piss when I pee. Okay?
It was something going around on Twitter. A gay man talking about they don't like tight booty holes. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't like when a man booty hole is too tight because it takes forever to get in there. And then you got to... it didn't feel like you raping him because he sounds like he in prison. It is so uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable. And it's just like, dude, like, this shit ain't sexy. This shit, it's taking 30 minutes for me to try to get
30 minutes?
I have had one dude, he was abnormally tight. And he was like, you just got to be patient. You got to be patient.
He was spasming.
And I was like, and I even stopped what we were doing and drove to the store to get him a popper to see if that would help.
Did it help?
It still did not help him. No.
Oh, that's something wrong with him.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, oh, but Tots want to sit here and act like, get mad when you can't get into them and all this, when your thing too tight. It's not that, bitch. Ain't nobody got time for that. Play with yourself. Open it up. Like, get a butt plug. Do all this other stuff.
Like, the thought of butt sex, like, hurts me. Like,
I'm sorry. People have anal sex, Carla.
I know.
People
it just hurts.
And maybe one day you get to experience it
I don't
too.
know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't want butt play.
Okay. Keep
I'm
living,
okay with just
keep
no.
living your low body count, tight pussy.
But I have great sex.
How do you know?
Bitch, because I know I have great sex.
It's been situations where I thought I had some great sex until I had great sex, and then I'm excited to see who's gonna top that great sex. It's like it's always something that you change, what you like change. You know how you like to be treated kind of changes over time.
Absolutely over time. So I think when I thought I was great, or I thought I was doing something a couple of years back, I would say in 2011, 2012, with this one person who. It was great sex, but then it's like now I'm like I've evolved and like okay I like this instead. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing that. But I think if you find a partner that's willing to try different things with you, you don't need to have different partners.
I agree with you.
So it's like just being open and communicating like this. Let's watch a porn or something like that. And
let's do a threesome.
Okay, a little far.
You never did a threesome before?
No. I don't know. I feel like I would feel so awkward. I think I want to try it one day. I just don't know when.
Okay.
I might try it like.
Would it be with a male?
Hell no. I can barely handle one for more than 20 minutes. You think I'm going to do two?
So you going to eat punani?
No.
So how is this going to work, bitch? How is this going to work? Tell me.
Okay. So in my imaginary mind of the time when I decide to have a threesome, it would look like this. It will be me and my partner, or my partner and I, and we're going to solicit someone outside of the country.
You motherfuckers.
It
got to be so far away so this bitch can never come back in.
She cannot speak the same language as him. So the bitch they will not be able to communicate. And I want to watch him fuck her. I want to watch her suck his dick, and then I'm toying with the idea of her like, she'll get to play with me, but I'm not eating pussy.
So you'll let her eat your punani?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a threesome. Is it boring?
Girl, you just that girl. Okay, you'll work it out. Hopefully somebody, this ain't my place to try to get you past that. That's a good start. At least you even thinking about even letting somebody play with you.
It's going to happen in another country. I'll let you guys know when it does happen.
A threesome, listen, the right threesome is when everybody into each other. It's no hang ups or anything like that. You guys are actually be yourself. It's an
odd number. Someone's always being left out.
Not necessarily. No, bitch. No, it's not. No, it's not. Especially when everybody is considerate in that room. If you talked about rules and stuff like that, bitch, you get turned on by seeing them connect, and they are turned on by seeing you connect with them, and then all three of y'all connect at one time.
How do three people connect one time? What can possibly be?
Oh my God! So, bitch, why you want me to tell you? Like, you want to be wrong? In gay sex terms, like, bitch, or in straight sex, like, it's so many different ways.
Is there two? Like, tell me, like, two bottoms and a top.
Two bottoms and a top?
Yeah, because that's like two bitches and
a top can be fucking a bottom and eating the bottom, and then a second bottom can eat. He can eat his ass. While he is fucking that one bottom, the other bottom can be sucking the other bottom off, or you getting sucked off by the other one if he's into that, or getting his ass ate. Or if it's like, what's the perfect scenario is versatile people. Okay, all three of y'all can be versatile, and that is some shit right there.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds messy. That sounds like a lot of. That sounds messy.
No, it just sounds like, bitch. It sounds like fun. Okay, or it can be a top, verse, and a bottom, right? And then everybody, that versatile can please the top, and he can please the bottom, and then both of them, like, all y'all can be tied in a way, or it can be two tops and one bottom.
I'm tired. The thought of all of this, I already don't even want to have sex. I'm so tired.
But you got to be open to that shit. And it's just like, it can be good. But the main thing is the energy and the vibe. It just has to be right.
I'm tired.
Shall I take it when there's three bottoms and one top?
I don't know. Well, when we decide to do this, I think you need to be in a relationship. And talk about boundaries, for me, at least. Because you're talking about communication. And you have to have...
You tried to segue this. I know what you tried to do, but talking about you have to be in a relationship and have boundaries with this.
Yes.
You don't have to...
Okay,
I mean, you can set expectations and discuss stuff. I know you're trying to get into boundaries. So boundaries in relationships, what's the do's and don'ts, right?
So I guess you don't have to be in a relationship to have threesomes. I don't know.
It can be a part of your relationship dynamic. Like, hey, we both like threesomes. Like, Tiana Taylor and motherfucking they like it. They had a song. She rated songs 3-way.
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
I'm only gonna do it if it's out of the country and she don't speak no English.
Why?
I don't want the bitch to be able to hit him up.
You know, my first threesome, I thought that. I was 19, my boyfriend was turning 21. And I wanted to have a party like a rock star weekend for him. A party like a rock star, fuck like a porn star, doing something like a movie star, whatever that thing was. The song Party Like a Rock Star was hot too. So as soon as he turned 21, I was like, I got a surprise for you. We're going to have a threesome. And he was like, oh my God, like, are you serious? And I showed him the boy and everything like that. And he and I went to go pick the boy up. And it was a lit situation. It was just amazing. I have never experienced anything like that. I masturbated to that for like 6 months because it was just that exciting. I was also very insecure in thinking like, oh my God, what if he enjoyed having sex with him more than he had sex with me? And are they still communicating behind my back and all this other stuff? That's the part.
Like, are they going to communicate?
So he and I had a conversation, and I just finally had the boss to talk to him about it. He was like, oh my God, thank God, because I was feeling the exact same way about you. Like, oh yeah, we don't have to do that anymore, Anthony, because it was just like, it gave me so much anxiety in our relationship because I didn't know what was our place because we didn't talk about it. And it wasn't the fact that the threesome kind of did it was the fact that we didn't communicate.
Right.
We didn't let each other know, like, I actually did enjoy that. You know, I'm not going to talk to him, or yeah, it's okay, but you can continue to talk to him and everything like that. It's just whatever you guys set up, but it's important for you to talk about it.
Yeah, I did want to segue into the boundaries and communication when it comes to from being single to going into a relationship, and then once you're in a relationship. So my first question that I was thinking is, like, when you're in a relationship, how do you communicate these boundaries, and do you know what boundaries, since you're single, what boundaries you have when you meet someone to say, like, these are my boundaries, like, you know what they are? Yeah. Because I feel like some people don't know what they are.
And it changed per person. It's like some people might be able to cross some boundaries that I might have for another person. Like, for example, staying the night at my house. That's a no-no. If we're not in a relationship and I'm not feeling you like that, after we're done, you need to go home. Now, if some people I really do enjoy spending time with you, I like to cuddle. I don't like cuddling, as you know, but some people I do like cuddling with. So I let them know that. Calling me and demanding my time and all this other stuff and asking me, questioning me why you didn't answer the phone and if we're not together.
If you're not together. But if you are together.
If we are together, then so it depends on the person. But I think my boundary would be moving in with me. That's a huge step for me, and that's one thing that people try to cross a lot. Or staying the night at my house too much too. Like we have to get to that point. Because
I love that shit, right? Like, once we like make it kind of official, bitch, you're stuck with me.
I need to. It's like burning both ends of the candle for me, and it's just like, can we just take this a little slow? Because I've been in those situations where I jumped in and moved in with somebody.
Well,
and
see,
everything
I've never moved in. I make sure they always have their place, but they're here all the time. But I think it's because in my mind, I always know you can go home. And there's nights when I'm like, stay home.
But they've been here for like 2-3 years, and it was like, okay, so how do you grow together? Because clearly they're still paying for a place. That money is just being wasted. And y'all have been living this whole life over here for 3 years. At this point, y'all, if he was able to cut that tie off, maybe then y'all can talk about marriage and all this other stuff and investing and shit. Because he's in his mind, that's his out. That's his, and it's always there reminding him for 3 years. So I think that could be a waste of money.
Oh, absolutely, yes. No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like at our age, we already know what we want and how we want it and when we want it. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about this before. I think 1.5 years is plenty of time for you to know whether that's the person you're going to be with. And if
not for the rest of your life. I think after 2 years is like when you've been on 2 years.
Right now, 2 years, you don't need 2 years.
That honeymoon phase lasts for 2 years. And then after that, that's when you start.
For 6 months.
All the relationships I've been in, after 2 years, this is when I start to see exactly who. When I move in, and after 2 years, you start to see exactly who they are. Start seeing their money, spending habits. Because by then you're comfortable. You don't give a fuck.
I think that's that's why I say 1.5 years. Because I think after that first year, you're showing who you are, and then you have 6 months to decide is that's who I want to be with for the rest of my life or not. If not,
6 months to decide if you want to be
after the year. So that's why I said 1.5 years.
That's still a lot, friend.
No, at a year and a half, either propose or leave me the fuck alone.
What? Are you kidding me?
Propose or leave me alone.
It's like
propose or leave me alone after 18 months. Period.
But I'm too old. That's something you need to work through therapy, honey. That's not that boy's fault. Y'all need to stop putting pressure on when people want to get married and everything like that.
It's not pressure. It's just those are my standards. It's like you're not gonna sit here and have me for 5 years, and then in 5 years decide that you're not want to be with me. Now I gotta start all over. 18 months, a year and a half. If you don't see yourself with me for the rest of your life, let me know why. Are we gonna work on it? Because we gotta move on, and I gotta find me a new nigga.
Is it like the woman clock thing running out? That's why y'all do that?
I guess that too, because y'all can have kids till you're like 90. What if I want another child? And it's like, now you have me for the next 7 years. Now I'm 40, 39, almost 40. And it's like, I didn't freeze my ex that I was going to have a kid with you. And I was not. Now I need another year and a half, 2 years to get to know somebody else.
I'm not saying it might take longer than that to, like, you can find out you want to marry somebody for the rest of their life in 6 months and stuff like that. It depends on you and that person.
Or 4 months. I went to a leadership thing and he met his wife and he proposed within 4 months.
But you're not going to put no pressure on my fucking ass. You're not going to put no time limit on me and none of that stuff.
It's not time limit. I think within a year and a half, you've already started to talk like you're the person I can see myself with. Or I feel like I want to marry you one day. You know, at least have the conversation going.
I might meet you at a point in time where I see that you can be at this particular like level in life, or you can reach this potential that I need for you to be at in order for me to marry you, but you're not quite there yet, and you need a little time, and it's probably taking a little longer, but I see the progression. I'm not going to marry you until I think that it's going to be a strong, because for one, marriage is a business arrangement, first and foremost, right? So in order for any business to merge, I think both businesses have to be healthy and be stable in order for it to be prosperous.
So that's where engagement comes in. So that's why I said put a ring on it within a year and a half.
So how long should an engagement last?
I don't think an engagement should last more than a year. So now we're talking about dating for a year and a half.
Years. So 2.5 years I need to marry you.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship for 5 years, and thank God I did not marry that motherfucker. Thank God,
and you knew you were going to marry him. I
thought I was. A year and a half in, I did think
you wanted to.
Carla, I didn't see what I saw 3-4 years into it, and I realized
we were young too. You were young.
Yeah, but you putting this restriction clock on people and stuff like that.
I'm saying this now at our age. Then, I think after 30, you know what's up.
Because life is just beginning for us in our 30s. Like, you have made so many different changes that you in this past year.
Yes, now I'm getting to know myself. Now I know what I want.
But you might be different in 5 years too.
It very could be. Then we get divorced.
See, and that's the thing. I don't look at.
I'm just kidding. Oh, that was a joke.
She wasn't lying. She wasn't lying. Carla always have an out. You see, she said you can't. You gonna have to have your own place.
It's a business arrangement. No. If I get married again, it's for good. You can't leave till death do us part, and the death could be by my hands.
And see, that's scary too. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to sit out here. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to live my best life the best way I can safely and get to learn myself sexually and the things that I like and feed and be selfish in this moment. Carla's right. I was in a relationship and she was too. Most of our 20s.
We were young.
And we're so young. And when I finally became single and started to focus on me and everything, I'm seeing it's a whole new world out here. It's a whole different experiences. It's things that I was afraid to touch that I'm touching now. And it's just like, all because I had this mentality that I can't have a high body count for one. I think that's gonna keep me wholesome. It's gonna keep me classy. People gonna want me now because I only fuck 2 or 3 people in my lifestyle.
But I feel it's like that for women, regardless of what we say nowadays. It's like, we're freeing ourselves. Men still.
I don't think they think that.
Woo.
I think like
110% men. Still
hoes are getting wiped up.
Rich hoes.
Rich hoes, no, bitch. Hoes that were poor, then they getting married. It don't matter, rich or not. Hoes are still getting wiped up.
They're not getting wiped up. They get pregnant or something, but they're not getting. And if they're getting wiped up, they're getting wiped up by ain't shit niggas, drug dealers. They getting wiped up by scammers.
That's your lifestyle. That's your lifestyle.
Who else is getting wiped up like that?
That's your lifestyle. It's your lifestyle, girl. Because I know a lot of people that have lived their best whole life and they've gotten married to a professional and all this other stuff. It just that stops tying being a whole. And it's like it's not even thing about being a whore. I'm talking
about like a ho-ho.
What's
like
a ho-ho?
Nasty hoe. Like a nasty one.
What's that?
Like one that's just like fucks literally anything and anybody. Smashes all the homies. Has been through all the circles.
Or maybe she don't even want to be in a relationship.
Okay, so that one's not gonna get wiped up.
Okay, exactly. So why are we even putting?
That's what I'm saying. So she's not gonna get wiped
but
up.
I'm talking about the ones with that live a sexually like vindicated life and
that's not necessarily like a ho-ho. That's just like a sexually secure woman.
liberated woman. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's so much liberation you can have as a woman.
What?
Because
Why
men
do you
judge
put
you. Because no, I don't care.
So why?
I don't care because the reality is that men care.
Whose reality?
Straight men to
No,
heterosexuals.
you don't speak for all men.
Not all, most.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you don't speak for most.
I can see it out here.
Carla, that's your perception, honey.
Okay,
that doesn't
so my
mean...
perception is that most straight men care about a woman's body count.
Carla, you can't say that without facts or anything like that. That's just something
Every man I've asked. So my perception from the males that I've known, I have not met one that has said to me, I don't care how many niggas she's fucked. Not one. Not one straight man.
That's probably... Well, honey, you just said you don't have that much sex with a straight man in the first place. You've been in a relationship mostly, and the niggas you obviously are dating are the same type of nigga.
I'm not saying the men that I've dated. I have a lot of male friends.
So how many people have you interviewed this? Let's talk. How many
Let's
men have you surveyed?
I would say at least over 100 men. Because this is a question that I always ask.
That don't educate. That don't make
for
you
me,
speak
for
for
my
all
perception.
Men. You know, and it's gay or straight or not. You know, men still think the same.
I think it's more for straight men.
Because
they look at women like beneath them. Like men can have all the sex in the world. Men, including you, gay men, you can have sex with 10 women or 10 people a day. Men, once a woman does it, you're a hoe. You're worthless.
I never called. No, I don't do that, and I'm
You're
a gay man.
gay.
So what the fuck are you trying to say? Then I don't understand.
I'm talking about heterosexual men, how they view the women that they're going to be in a relationship with.
That's not true, Carla.
How can you tell me that when you don't want women?
You're not a heterosexual man either. To speak
I'm
on
a
heterosexual
woman that
men.
dates heterosexual men.
Okay, Carla.
We'll leave it up to y'all. Let us know what the fuck. Okay, let us know what the fuck. Okay. We're not gonna go back and forth because I know he's not gonna get it because he's not out here in these streets.
Carla, it's not a whole thing about being gay or not.
It's
about seriously. It's about sex and it's about validation and about value. And
you're not gonna get it. You don't. There's no way you're gonna be able to get this one because you are a man at the end of the day, and in this society, you can have as much sex as you want, and no one's going to judge you.
I understand. I do understand that portion.
We are so judged for being sexually liberated.
I know that, and I try to change that narrative so you don't say things like... You're not going to be able
to change it as a gay man. Period.
Okay, Carla.
Because you're not out here dating us.
All right, honey. Let's move on to the next question. What's the next question?
We actually should go into unsolicited advice. So let's
go ahead and go to unsolicited advice.
But before we do that, let's take a quick break.
Bye.
Why are you saying bye? We're coming back. Hey guys, this week's episode is brought to you by one of my absolute favorite apps, Audible. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't turn on my audiobooks and escape on a daily basis. Listening makes us smarter and more connected to people, and there's no better place to start listening than Audible. Audible is where so many inspiring voices and compelling stories open listeners up to new experiences and ways of thinking, including some of my favorites like Michelle Obama, Charlemagne the God, Oprah, and Mark Manson, which has the book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. One of my favorites. Audible members like you can get now more than ever before. Members choose 3 titles every month, 1 audiobook plus 2 Audible originals that you can't hear anywhere else. Members also have unlimited access to more than 100 audio-guided fitness and meditation programs, which again, I told you guys, I'm working on meditating. Audible delivers bestsellers, business, self-improvement, memoirs, and more, all professionally narrated by actors, authors, and motivational superstars. I told you guys before that my favorite thing is listening to books that the narrator is the author. It's absolutely the best. And Audible also offers free and easy audiobook exchanges, credits you can roll over for a whole year, and a library you can keep forever, even if you cancel. That's the most important part. Even if you cancel, you keep your books forever. Explore all the ways that you can listen on Audible, improve your mind, body, and soul with entertainment, information, and inspiration. So, for you guys, you can start listening with a 30-day Audible trial and get your first book free, and 2 Audible originals are also free. So visit audible.com/Carla30 or text Carla30 to 500-500. That's CARLA30. Again, visit audible.com/Carla30 or text Carla30 to 500-500. Now, if you want to join me on a book that I'm currently re-listening to, it's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Powerful Lessons in Personal Change by Stephen R. Covey. Download this book or any book of your choice and let me know which one you choose. I need suggestions on new books as well because I'm re-listening to some of the ones that I've been doing. So let me know. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, well, we're back.
Yeah, we need these breaks sometimes, especially when debates get kind of heated, child.
Yeah.
And we sit down, we talk about it. I think we worked it out. She tried to go on live with her ignorant ass motherfucking
so we gonna do
followers. And when that boy that somebody he got more education than me. I'm gonna let it go. Cut that part out. Cut that part out. Because I was about to go. And I can't do that. I can't do that.
I can't do that. Shit.
I'm gonna stop snap. I can't do. I ain't gonna start this with y'all clapping
You
back.
gotta stop coming back at these people because
Every once in a while though, it's kind of fun, especially if you feel it. Dusty be clapping back to motherfuckers, bitch.
A couple clapbacks is nothing wrong with it.
He does. He be going off on Twitter.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a couple clapbacks. But let's go into unsolicited advice. Let me read y'all this letter. So basically, she writes and she says, my husband and I have custody of my 16-year-old sister for the past 2 years. My sister identifies as bisexual, and since we have had custody, she has had a boyfriend who was also bi. Now, she has a girlfriend. Her current girlfriend seems to be someone that will be around for a while, and I hate her. She's very bossy and controlling, and I see it affecting my sister. 1, her grades have slipped because like any teenager in a relationship, her attention is diverted. Number 2, my sister goes back and forth wanting to dress more masculine and in men's clothes. 3, she is spending all of her money on this girl. So my question is, how do I set healthy boundaries for my sister? Recently, we got into an argument about spending time alone with her girlfriend. My husband and I have told her that is a hard no, and for some reason she can't comprehend why. I told her that, and although there is no risk of her getting pregnant, she's still 16 years old, and I am afraid that the rules are coming off to her as if we don't accept her for who she is. I want to know how to talk to her about the pressures of feeling where she has to conform to a femme or dominant identity. I think her girlfriend pressures her a lot to dress a certain way because when she's not around, my sister enjoys wearing women's clothing. I go shopping with her a lot and she picks out women's clothes every time. But I also want to give her the freedom to play around with her style. What would you think? What would you think I should do? Or what do you think I should do to let her feel like I support her choices? Okay. So what do you think she should do to make her sister feel like, because it's her sister, but it's also like her daughter. She's her guardian. Mm-hmm. So what should she do to make her feel like she supports her, but at the same time, there are boundaries?
What does her sexuality have to do with this again? Because she's dating a girl, and now she's deciding to she's saying that the girl is making her dress more masculine.
Right, she doesn't like the girlfriend, but it's like, when you push a certain person away out of a teenager's life, like they want them even more.
Exactly. So it's typical teenager shit. It's not.
Yeah, so she's having a hard time. So I guess maybe I can go into it. I have to start learning basically how to deal with this teenage girl. And I think I've ignored certain things. I'm learning to choose my battles. So I think that she's seeing like the clothing that is affecting her. And it's just like, let her play. This whole her going back and forth. Her girlfriend might be asking her to dress a certain way. So she's exploring it. Yes. Let her explore it. Like it is what it is. I really don't know if I would be as open because they look very liberal. Like they're just very open.
About her daughter being the girl being bisexual.
Yeah,
but she really don't. By this time, when you get a 16-year-old, you got her at 14, so she's pretty much set in her little ways and who she thinks she is as a person. And
right, and it's not necessarily like your biological child.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard for you to say bisexual. Like, no, she was like, girl, I've probably been feeling this way for 7 years, since I was 7.
Right, right.
Yeah, she has no choice. But you're right. It's a teenage shit. It doesn't matter if she was with a man, a female, or whatever. Right. Like even if she was with an emo group and everything like that, she want to dress in black all day. It's just her discovering who she is, just trying different things. You might be right. The girlfriend does probably have an influence and stuff like that on her, which can very well happen, but like I said, it can happen in any situation. As long as it's not causing this girl any harm or anything like that, I think you should let her express herself the way she wants to express herself. Now, when it comes to her grades slipping, and all this stuff, that could be, like I said, outside of her sexuality. You got her when she was 2 years. You had her for 2 years and she's 16 years old. So I don't know, maybe she needs to work through some shit that she was going through in the first place. Like transitioning from one place to another can fuck with you, right? And can affect the kid in school. So maybe enroll her into some therapy or something like that to figure out exactly to identify why her grades are slipping if you can't get it out of her having a conversation. Right. As far as her spending money and stuff like that on this girl, that's what teenagers do. Yeah, I did that shit.
You can't limit that. But you have to limit that because as a teenager, sometimes you fall into this hole and it's like you're so in love and it's like you need to like pump the brakes with it because I remember when Ayana was leaving 8th grade in summertime, and she's just so distraught and like having this fight with me, like the world was over because she was going to be leaving her friends and she couldn't live without her best friends. And now first week of school is over for high school and she's talking all day long with 2 new friends. Hasn't even mentioned the ones from middle school. And I'm just like, damn, that fast. I told you this. So it's like, I didn't feed into it too much. I sat her down and I said, listen, I understand you can cry all you want, but this is what's going to happen.
What they got to do with the girl spending money on her boyfriend?
That
her girlfriend.
She needs to go and tell her, like, you need to not, like, hold her back from it. Like, you're not going to spend that much money. Speak to her and let her know this girl's not going to be who you're going to be with in, like, a couple of months or in a year or whatever.
So,
like, you need... Or maybe not say that because you don't know. They could be high school sweethearts.
I can say what my mom did to kind of help break me out of that.
What she do?
So
I didn't spend money on nobody.
Yeah, I kind of did. I was that person. Even in middle school, I would get money from my mom just to give it to my girlfriends. That was the way for me to do my love language. And yeah, to teenagers, it's kind of cute buying your boyfriend and girlfriend outfits and stuff like that. That's what we do.
Outfits.
Yeah, that's in my high school. That's what we used to do. Like, this is what I wore. Bought my nigga for picture day so he could dress in, or some shoes and stuff like that.
Oh, we did like little necklaces or a bear or chocolate. We never did no outfits.
You know, you older than me. So,
fuck you.
By then we did that. But my mom, it was my boyfriend at the time. I bought him, and he was older than me too. He was 21. And I bought him, he was 20. I bought him some JayZ for his birthday. And there was some Dub Zeros, and I think the things was like $150, $179. It was something expensive. And I was working. I made good money as a lifeguard. I told my mama, and my mama said, look here, if you don't take the motherfucking shoes back, if you can buy that boy some motherfucking shoes, you can spend $200 on some shoes for a nigga, you can pay a motherfucking light bill in here.
I know, that's right. Oh, I like that.
And I was just like, bitch, I couldn't argue. Because she was right. She was right. And I took the shoes back. That's a good one. It didn't make me feel any type of way or anything like that. Like, oh, it's going to make me, you don't tell me what the fuck to do. She brought up a good point to me. And since then, I didn't spend money, insane amount of money on a nigga like that just to get him to love me. Like that's, or something stupid like that. Whatever I was doing it for. I'm
going to use that. Thanks, mama. I'm going to use that next. So yeah, I think just keep reiterating to her that you do accept her for who she is. You know, give her the room. If your rules are you cannot be in a room by yourself with the girl, that's your rules in your house. Period, point blank.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think why my mom was so successful in raising LGBT son and not really making me feel, she just treated me like she would have done anyway. She didn't make it about sex or anything like that. When it came to my dates and the things I did, she was very neutral. She didn't give a fuck. So it worked out great.
Yeah, just keep treating her normal. You if you know in your heart that you're treating her fairly and with love, then there's nothing else. They're going to hate you regardless.
You're not going to be perfect too. Don't be scared to fuck up. You are going to say some ignorant shit and stuff like that out your mouth sometimes. Because I mean, this letter was all about her sexuality. It's just saying that you're having a problem with a teenage girl dating.
Yeah, I think you're confusing like her sexuality with her just being a teenager. Period. She's just being a bratty ass teenager
that has been through some shit. Girl.
And at the end of the day, you only had her for 2 years, so she's learning how to deal with a teenager. So I think you just
this was me, bitch. To be honest with you,
it was. I mean, it was me too. But just with boys. Like I like boys. That was it. That was the only difference.
Me too.
So let's go into this week's shit talk.
Yes.
So we have been seeing around, and I figure since this is like dropping on time, the whole JayZ Roc Nation partnering with the NFL. And when I saw, I listened to it and I'm like, okay, this seems like it's, whenever JayZ has his hand in something, he's very calculated. I think we consider JayZ to be extremely smart when it comes to
he's a capitalist.
He's a what?
Capitalist.
Yes, and he's very smart with every business venture that he does, and he's, like I said, he's calculated. So I'm thinking, okay, let's see how it is. It's supposed to be an entertainment and social awareness partnership. So there was a press conference with JayZ at Roc Nation with Goodell, which is the commissioner of the NFL. And my thing was, I immediately, what caught my attention before I even like dove deep into what was going on during that conference was Ness, Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, went ham on the internet and on her radio show and every platform she was able to get. And so did Jamel Hill. And they were very upset with him because they're like, oh, Cap still doesn't have a job. Now you guys are partnering up with the NFL. You guys don't stand with Cap. And I'm thinking, what's the problem? Why are you going JayZ was the one that just recently said that he wasn't going to do the Super Bowl, because of these reasons. But we have brought attention over to the injustices with police brutality. We've been kneeling for 2 years. Yes, he is absolutely blackballed from the league because of being the first one to kneel. But why not try to make a change? Like during the conference, JayZ says that he's like, we're past kneeling. Now it's time to address this and like the injustice and do something about it. So I don't understand why before it even begins and we can see where JayZ is able to take us with this partnership. Why are we shooting it down so fast?
So this is the problem. Colin Kaepernick actually started this whole movement, right? He was brave enough to actually be a public figure like he was and take a kneel and have the whole entire league come against him and blackball him, right? It was no reason for Colin Kaepernick, as good as a football player he was, as intelligent as he is and talented as he is, for not to be picked up. Like this, the whole industry came against him, right? Which has started a movement and a conversation that these white people have fought so hard against. And for JayZ, okay, the whole thing about it is Colin Kaepernick didn't know anything about this deal.
So here's the thing.
They've been negotiating it for a whole year.
He didn't know about it, but he told him before it went public. So Kaepernick knew before everybody else knew.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, yes. A slap in my face is about to happen.
Kaepernick had also taken already a check and a settlement from the NFL.
Girl, I mean, he had no other choice, to be honest with you.
He took it.
But
and he had and he got the Nike deal as well.
So the whole thing, I was listening to Sean King, and Sean King was very passionate about this and how he felt about it. And he was like, listen, I'm not shocked that JayZ has made this deal. JayZ is a motherfucking capitalist, and this is what he do. If you listen to his music and you just pay attention to JayZ's career, JayZ is an opportunist, and he's going to make any move that he possibly can that's going to be a great business decision for him, which is nothing wrong with it.
But I think his business decisions always lead to empowering other people of color.
So what this is doing, this is basically the NFL took a hit when black people decided to boycott, when they showed their ass and said, we don't give a fuck about how you feel.
Right.
Stand up for our motherfucking flag and do not disrespect our league. Continue to be a good little boy out there and go out there and playing that motherfucking football, which we all know the NFL players are one of the lowest paid motherfucking athletes in all the sports, really. Everybody else get paid more than them, and they have the most injuries. They're not really taken care of, right? They just not started to implement mental health screenings and shit like that into the NFL. They're trying to redeem themselves because they took a big hit in their pocket. So this whole initiative to go ahead and bring Roc Nation on and everything like that to be an outreach and a bridge, a social awareness, and others. No, it's not. It's for this motherfucker continue to pick artists and everything like that, that niggas fuck with and want to see their favorite artists perform and bring motherfucking views and stuff like that back to your NFL.
Assuming.
That's what it's a focus on entertainment and artists. That's exactly what they are. Social awareness about what? Through our music? We like niggas?
No, because the money that's coming in with all of this, they're putting it out. And yes, they're also giving it to the Colin Kaepernick Foundation. They're giving it to all different, they're bringing in money. But they still
have not rehired motherfucking Colin Kaepernick.
That's not what he was protesting. That is not what he was.
Not protesting?
The kneel? All of this was not. It was all brought attention to social injustices.
It was about black people being shot and
police brutality
and people not really paying attention. So it was to bring awareness to that.
Okay, so when Colin Kaepernick got blackballed, we didn't go on it all. Now he's blackballed. There's other people that don't get picked up. He got picked up.
It was no reason for him not to be picked up. He was a great quarterback. So better than almost everybody else. All because he kneeled.
So just because one person, Colin Kaepernick, had to take the fall for it, now all the other black men that are in this organization have to suffer? No, let's let the
girl. This deal would not happen if Colin Kaepernick did not take a kneel. We would not. It was. Motherfucking NFL would not have gone to, so it doesn't make money for anybody else but fucking JayZ. This whole donating and stuff like this to awareness and shit like that. The awareness is stop killing people in the fucking street.
That's not true.
Let me protest and be black and protest just as peacefully as you can.
What do you do after a protest? You take action. What's the action?
The action needs to happen from the opposing side, just to bring awareness and stuff. But white people are still fighting.
So let's get a black man in there. However we get him in there.
And where?
He's in the NFL now.
No, he's not in the NFL now. What he is, he's over fucking entertainment.
He's about to buy a team. He's in the talks to buy a team now. So let's start. We have to start infiltrating the organization.
Carla,
at the end of the day, most of those players are black men that are not going to leave the NFL.
And this is what I think. I think we need to stop being scared about what the white and accepting any deal that the white man decides to want to give us. We have to
start somewhere.
Let me speak. I think that what we need to do, we need to stick to our guns. Obviously, this shit has helped. It has hurt the NFL because they decided to throw money towards for the motherfucking Roc Nation that knows has a big influence in the black community and everything like that. Because it's like y'all viewership are hurting us. We're not going to apologize and rehire motherfucking Colin Kaepernick back and actually start this whole protest and everything like that with you guys and stand in solidarity and say like, yes, black people need to stop being shot by the fucking police. And the NFL could have did those simple changes to which it would cost them a fraction of the fraction, hiring Colin Kaepernick back and actually having the standing behind fucking Black Lives Matter and the injustices happening between. It would have cost them a fraction of money what it's going to cost them for JayZ, but because of the white male ego,
that wouldn't last. That would not last. So we hired Colin Kaepernick back, and then we went behind Black Lives Matter. No. How about Colin Kaepernick sticks where he's at? He got his check from the NFL. He got his check from Nike. Now let's bring a black man.
That's what you niggas do. You niggas like to build. Y'all
you told me let you talk. I'll let you talk. So that money everything got put out then. So now we are looking at it's a bigger picture. Now we have a black man in there with black employees, a black organization that's going to put now it's a black mastermind in there. Kaepernick was nothing but a doll, a toy on the field. A toy on the field just to make a point isn't going to last. Colin Kaepernick they can hire him today and he can get hurt tomorrow and there goes boom, back to the same shit. There's still no black person in the organization.
He was more than a toy on the field. What he has done, he has started a movement. He has become a face for a big, powerful movement. And he still is. Fuck sports. Sports is outside of this. This has nothing to do with sports.
He still is the face of police
brutality.
This
is what this reminds me of. This reminds me of two niggas escaping or a group of niggas escaping from the slave owners and everything like that. And one nigga deciding like, I'm going to stay back and I'm going to cause something to draw all the attention and everything like this or distraction for you to go ahead and get free. And y'all motherfuckers going on spend and live y'all best life while I'm still back there on the motherfucking ranch suffering for the shit. And
he's not suffering.
Colin Kaepernick is if football is your fucking life and you decided to go in football and not go to fucking Harvard or anything like that, something that you love and it's been taken away from you all because you decided to speak up for that. Yes, it hurts anyone.
Just like when we had Justin Gatlin here and he was saying, it was hurting him and he was self-destructing because he just couldn't run. It was taken away from him.
Yes.
I get it. But there's a bigger picture. He stood up for the bigger picture for other people of color. Now, yes, just like Martin Luther King ended up getting shot because he was standing up for all of us.
It's selfish. That's all I'm going to say.
It's selfish at whose end?
It's selfish on JayZ part,
no,
to be honest with you.
Absolutely not.
I think JayZ could have handled this a lot better. And, he talked all that shit in his music. He talked all that shit in his music. I said no to the Super Bowl. Y'all need me. Y'all need me. I don't need you. And it's
they need him now.
Yes, clearly they need you because they want your motherfucking black influence, nigga. And it's like, and didn't need that. Carly, we wasn't a lack. We didn't need black before this whole protest and had black people love fucking football. Black people worship fucking football.
They still
the viewership went down, Carla.
Super Bowl is still huge. People still watch football.
It wasn't as big as it's been over the years.
Now.
Okay,
I think Carla. It's bigger now.
Okay, Carla.
Because people just be ignorant just watching it just to watch it.
That's your shit talk?
Yes. That's my shit talk.
This is my shit talk for the week. For the day. Okay. I know my phone number and everything like that is posted on the internet and on social media because I sell houses. That's what I do. That's my name, a lifeline, and all this other stuff, right? That phone number is only for business reasons. Don't you motherfuckers dare call me again. I understand, like some of y'all like me and all this other stuff, or even try to call me to get on the motherfucking podcast and do. So one motherfucker called me yesterday. I come in, I get upstairs after dropping my keys in the trash can with my AirPods, and bitch, it was coffee. And it was coffee in the bottom of the trash can. So I'm getting up. It's raining. I'm mad. And I get a phone call. Of course, I got to answer the phone. This is Anthony. Just never know who it is.
Right.
And it's some motherfucker. It's like, hey, what's up, bro? I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck is this? No one I know talk to me like this. Like, okay, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, man. Okay, cool. I saw you on Instagram about 3 days ago and everything like that. I've been following you and stuff. And do y'all bring artists on y'all platform on your podcast? I want to come on and talk about my music, my mixtape. Nigga, did you motherfucking just call me on my fucking personal phone to ask to come on to this motherfucking podcast?
My business phone.
Right. That clearly you don't motherfucking listen to, because if you did, bitch, you would know we don't bring motherfucking artists on here to fucking push their music. So that's disrespectful for one. Nigga, If you don't get the fuck off my motherfucking phone, don't call me no more. Don't call me no more. Or bro, my bad. The fuck is wrong with you bitches? Don't call me. Don't call me. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can DM me, but I don't say my number on the podcast for that reason, right? It's specifically tied to my real estate business.
If you want to pitch yourself for the show, first of all, here's a couple tips, because I do ignore a lot of emails and a lot of DMs of people wanting to come on the show. Make sure you have listened to the show before. Yes. Make sure you've done your research on us, on him, and on myself. Make sure you're telling me why you should come on the show. Why my audience? Do you know who my audience is? Do you know why you're going to come in and you'll be a great person to have on? Know that we have talked multiple times about the fact that we don't do phone interviews. Mm-mm. So if you don't live in Orlando and we're not planning to be in your city anytime soon that we've talked about, or you're not planning to be here, why are you contacting us? We don't do phone interviews. So be very well aware and educated and do your research before reaching out to us, or it's going to be ignored. We're not going to respond back. And if you call him, he going to cuss you about your mama.
Bitch. I'm going to go into your grandma on that one, bitch, because you really shouldn't have crossed that motherfucking line. But yeah, bitch, that's my shit talk. Don't call me, y'all. I love you, but don't call me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. Now that we got that out the way, I'm going to go ahead and read this week's, what's it called? Review from iTunes. We got a new one. And this week, I want to give a shout out to the name. It was weird. It was like, where's the name? Oh, Jam No Toasty. That's your name. You wrote it a couple days ago. And the title for it was Imposter Syndrome Fight Night. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah, you would think that was funny.
Bitch, you don't think nothing's funny. Damn. Oh, lately you just like, good God. You think anything's fucking funny?
You be trying to argue, bitch.
Shit. Okay. So Jam No Toast, thank you very much. You gave us 5 stars. And it says, so this was the first episode I've listened to. And while my ears and nerves didn't appreciate all the arguing, I did appreciate hearing your perspectives and personalities shine. Again, I'm sorry that was your first show. You'll get to know our personalities and how we like get right back to normal right after we argue. I was with Carla on the Pray Tell Ricky sex scene. Quote, in parentheses, watching it had me moist. But hearing Tony's point about the house mentor daddy thing made me rethink the whole situation. But I also think they are weirdly sexually bonding over being positive and offering support that way. Love the bleep sound effect. Kiss face. Thank you so much for your review. I really appreciate it.
That was a good review.
That was a really good review. Thank you. Like that, I can tell that you listened to it and you analyzed it and you were like, you told us what you enjoy. And I promise you, we ain't gonna scream like that no more. Okay, I'm not going to promise you that. I'm not going to promise you that. But thank you so much. And if you yet have not gone onto iTunes and left us a review, you literally just put Shit I'm 30 podcast on an Apple, iPhone or iPod or computer. Anywhere you can reach iTunes. Even you can have a regular computer. If you have iTunes on your computer, just go to store and put Shit I'm 30. You just rate and leave a review. Put whatever name you want and tell us what you think about the show. We have, over 200 ratings, and I think it's great just because this helps us get the show out and for people to be able to see us and make us more visible. And again, if you are on social media, it doesn't matter which platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, post about it. Like let your friends know and your family know like what you're listening to, if you think it relates to them or if you think they would enjoy it, and we can just become a bigger community. And if you want to listen to more episodes from us, full bonus episodes, we are on Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/shit-I'm30. It will be tagged on the notes of the episode. We literally have on there 2 episodes every month. So I think right now you will unlock about 6 new episodes.
6 episodes a month.
So no, it's 4 on the regular feed, 2 there. But right now you can unlock all previous episodes for $5 a month. So you just go on, sign up. It's $5. You get 2 episodes, or for $3 you get 1 episode a month. You can unlock all these episodes from the previous months as well, and then get to connect with us on a more personal level. And we will be doing Q&As there, getting feedback from you guys, and having you guys help us shape out the next couple of episodes produced by you.
Right. Also, make sure, guys, we need more letters and stuff like that to read. So if you need any type of advice from us, or you have an issue that you want to talk about, go ahead and email your letters to shitim30 podcast@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and read your letter online, or you can go ahead and DM us. I know Carly gets some DMs sometimes.
I rather email. I lose the DMs.
Yeah,
so if you you can tell me you're gonna write me an email and I'll be on the lookout for it, but definitely email first. Like,
yes.
it just
It's better.
And
it's
you
organized.
will be anonymous. We will not say your name. We will not post. Like, I might post like your letter to Patreon so they can read it, but we will never post your name or your email or anything like that. You will be anonymous.
Yes. And if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in the Central Florida area or anywhere in the United States, give me a holla at my website at bertramestates.com or email me at anthony@bertramestates.com, and check out my Instagram at Tony_the_realtor, where I drop weekly drum drops that people find invaluable. I just got another DM today from a guy that came to Carlos Live's show last year, and he was just asking me some question about podcasts, and he paid attention to my gym drops, and he was like, dude, I just closed on a home. Thanks to you. You gave me the courage and the motivation and the education to make that happen. So yeah, follow me on Instagram, you guys.
Yeah, do that. And then we have been, because we've talked about it. We don't have a date or anything in concrete, but we have talked about a live show.
Yes. To
do it soon within this year. So get your coins together if you're from out of town and you want to come in town. If you're here in Orlando, there will be a show coming. It's in the talks. We have to put it all together. And if you're looking to start your podcast with me, just be on the lookout for the new website. Just go to Idea to Launch, follow Idea to Launch on Instagram, or just me, Carla Wilmaris, and I'll be posting more information about what's going on with launching different podcasts.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week.
See you. Bye.
Bye.